Hey guys, Faisal here from Phasing Codes. I know, I haven't been uploading videos in quite some time. I've been a few weeks actually. Um, I've been under the weather. I had to update my setup. Things weren't working right. Everything's resolved now. I'm here. Let's get some videos going. Alright, so in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Tmux. In my previous video, I kind of gave you a glimpse of what Tmux is, but in this video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into Tmux. So what is Tmux? Tmux is a service that we can install that allows us to run multiple sessions in our command line session. I know that's kind of weird because there's two sessions, but I'm going to show you. So let's get started. All right, so I'm already SSH'd into my server. Let's make sure we have Tmux yum list installed grep for Tmux. Nope, we don't have that. Let's install it. Yum install Tmux. I know I could have used the Y flag to skip this process, but I just wanted to show you guys the repository that we are getting the package from, the version of Tmux, right? This is important to see that kind of information. All right, so let's press Y or enter Y. All right, so now we have it installed. Now we're going to open up a Tmux session. So to do that, we type in Tmux at new -s for session and then the name of the session. So in this case, I'm going to give it Tmuxy. You can name this anything you want or anything you like. It does not matter. For this video purposes, I'm going to go with Tmuxy. Oh, okay, it's already taken, so I'll just go with Tmus. All right, so now we're in our Tmux session. So on the bottom, you can see this is our session name that we just created. On the right side, you can see this is a window. So we're currently on Windows 0, and the asterisk indicates that we're on a particular window. And if you take a look on the right side, right over here, we can see our host name, and then we can see our date. All right. So how do we open up a session to the side or to the bottom? So to do that, we type Control+B and then Shift and number 5. So it's actually Shift and percentage sign. So now you can take a look. We have opened up a new a panel, not a session. Sorry, my mistake. The session was what we created, and in a we're in the 0 window named bash, and then these are the panels inside of that window. So we just opened up another panel to the right side. Sorry about that. Now if I wanted to open up a panel on the bottom, I press Control+B and then Shift and single quote. And now we have a panel to the bottom. Now, how do I navigate through these panels? Because right now, at the moment, we're in this panel, right? So if I do PS, you can see all the process, PS AUX, right? Now, how do I get up here? Like, I can't click. So to do that, we press Control+B and then the arrow key where you want to go. So in this case, I want to go up here to this panel, and I'll press the up key. And if I wanted to go to the left panel, Control+B again, and then left panel. All right. So, um, how do we close a panel? Say I want to close this panel right here, right? We go to the panel, Control+B, and navigate through the arrow keys, and we press in Control+D, and that will kill that panel that we were currently in. Now, if I wanted to kill this panel, Control+D as well, and now we just have one panel. So let's open up a panel to the right side. Let's open up another one, and now we have 3 panels. Now we can also resize these panels to your liking. which is very, very helpful in my opinion. To do that, you press Control B, and then Alt and the arrow sign. So let's do that one more time. Control B, Alt, and then the arrow sign where you want it to be configured. So let's do Control B, and then let's actually go to the first panel over here. So Control B, and then arrow key over here. So we navigated to this panel, and now we want to resize this. So Control B, and then Alt, and then the arrow key to where you want to move it. So let's do that again. Control. There you go. Now if I want to resize it again, Control B, once again, Alt, and arrow arrow key. Keep in mind, you guys do have to hold the Alt when you are moving the panel. So it's going to be Alt and then moving the keys to either right or left. All right. So now we're going to take a look at how to rename our window, because right now, actually before I go to renaming, let's take a look at how to open up a new window. So we do Control B, and we type in C. I'll do that one more time. Control B, and then C. So you gotta do Control B together, and then let go of Control B, and then just type in C, and it will open up a new window. Now we have 3 windows all together, and you can see the asterisk is on the second window, indicating that we're on the second window. It starts from 0, so just keep that in mind. Now to navigate through these windows, we press Control B, and then the number of the window. So in this case, I want to go to the window 0. So Control B and then 0. Control B, 0. There you go. Now we're on our 0 window. Now, say I want to rename these windows because there's a particular task I'm doing, and I want to easily navigate through these windows so that way I don't get confused, because the names right now are conventional names. So to do that, we type in Control B, and then we type in um, um, the I forget what this is referred to as. Mm, well, you type this in. Is it a? This is it's kind of embarrassing. Anyways, comma. Okay. Oh my gosh. So we put in a comma. So Control B and then comma. And now you can see on the bottom it says rename window. So we're gonna rename this window. I'll put LSBLK, and now you'll see that the window 0 has been renamed to LSBLK list block. Now we can do that to the other windows as well. So let's go to window 2, Control B, and then the number 2, and then Control B, and then the colon, or the comma, sorry. And then we put in any name we want. So we say PS. Now you can see our second window has been named to PS. All right, so let's go back into the 0 window. You can also do Control B and do Q to view the panels. So Control B and then Q, and then it'll show you the panel numbers. All right. So we took a look at how to rename. All right. So I'm going to show you how to view the windows through with a list format. So you're going to type in Control B, and then you're going to type in W. And now you can see that we have 3 panels, right? And we can navigate through these. So this is actually another session um, that I created before this. So you can also see that. So we have our Tmux session, and then we have our Tmuxy session. So now if I wanted to go to this session, just simply press enter, and now we're on this session. So you can see even the name changes because we're in a different session. Now let's do that again. Control B and W. Now let's go back to Tmux, and now just take a look over here. That will change. Tmux. So now we're in a different session. Now I'm going to show you how to exit this session. So to do that, we simply put Control B and then just D. Now we have exited the session, but the session is still running in the background. So let's take a look. We do Tmux ls, and so we can take a look at how many sessions we have opened with the Tmux ls command. So we have our session Tmux, and then it has 3 windows that we opened, right? And in those 3 windows, we had one window that had 3 panels, and then we have Tmuxy with 1 windows, and you can see the data was created. So now, how do we go back into this session? To do that, we put in Tmux attach, then -t, and then the name of the session. So in this case, I want to go back to Tmux. And now you can take a look. We're back into our Tmux session with the 3 panels and our LSBLK window. All right. So we took a look at that. Now, how do we rename the session, right? If you wanted to rename a session, we put in Control B and then Shift, and while holding Shift, you press in the number 4. And you can take a look. It says rename session. So I want to rename this to Tmux with a C, and press enter. And now it has been changed to Tmuxy. So if I exit out of here by pressing Control B and then D, if we do Tmux ls, you can see that our name for our session has been changed. So now when we go back to our session, we have to use the updated name that we put, which makes sense. So put in Tmux, attach, T, and then Tmuxy. Oh, did I do that wrong? Yep, Tmuxy. There you go. Now we're back into our session. So now let's take a look at how to move these panels, because we can also move this panel to this side and this panel to this side. So to do that, so here, let me actually just run a command, watch lsblk, right? Now I want to move this to the right side, right over here. So we press Control B and then Shift and the swiggly braces. So if you want to go to the right, you go to the right swiggly braces. And if you want to go to the left, you go left. So Control B, left, Control B, Shift, plus the swiggly braces. Control B, Shift, plus the swiggly brace to the right. Right? So you have 2 swiggly braces on your keyboard. And the swiggly braces, I can just show you how they look. So this is a swiggly brace, and that is a squiggly brace. So you have 2 of these on your keyboard. If you want to go right, you use this one. If you want to go left, you use that one. All right. And there's actually a pre-configuration that we can use. So if you don't want to resize or move the panels, you can simply just press Control B and Alt number 1. It will it, it will resize to a horizontal equally, so that way you have equal amount of space within each panels. Now if I wanted to do vertically, we do Control B and Alt +2. Now we have changed all these to vertically. So this is a pre-configuration if you wanted to quickly get the panels in order, right, without having to deal with unnecessary commands. You can simply just put Control B and then Alt plus the number. So I believe it goes up to number 5 or number 6. So let's actually give it a try. So I'll do Control B, Alt number 3. So now we have one big session, or sorry, one big panel on the top, and then 2 panels on the bottom. If I do Control B, Alt and +4, now we have on the right side. And then Control B and Alt +5. Now we have on the top 2 windows, or sorry, 2 panels, and then 1 panel on the bottom. And now you guys might be asking, why is this useful, right? You're showing me all of this, all of these panels, so why is it useful? Well, this is useful if you're running multiple commands and you want to see it in real time. So let me give you an example. So right now we're watching the lsblk command in real time with using the watch command. So let me actually Control B and go to the bottom panel. So as you can see, we're using the watch command, lsblk, right? So now we have, at the moment, we have one disk and we have one partition. So now let's actually create a partition. So I'm going to go sudo fdisk dev, and then the name. I will show you guys this in a different video, but for right now, I'm just giving you guys an example. New primary, enter, and I'll give it +4g. Right now, when I write this, we should see another partition appear because we're watching this in real time. The partition. So now you can take a look that we have our partition in real time. So that's where you use Tmux. If you want to see the processing, or sorry, the process on our system in real time, or you want to see the block, right, you can use Tmux. There's also another service called Screen. You can also check that out. Personally, I like Tmux. Um, so that's that. And keep in mind, guys, when you reboot your system, your sessions won't stay. They'll be wiped. So if you want to save your sessions after reboot, you have to make a script for that. In this video, I won't be getting into that. In a future video, I potentially will, but just keep that in mind. All right. So we can also I showed you guys how to rename your session while you guys were in the current window, right? Or in the current session where we were. So I'll show you that again. It was, I believe it was Control, yeah. Control B, Shift 4. Yep, I forgot for a second. So that's our session name, right? So let's change our session name, Tmux V. Let's put that in. And then we'll press Control B and then D to exit out. And now if I do Tmux ls, we have changed our session name. Now if I wanted to change my session name from here, I can put in Tmux and I can put in session, or sorry, rename session, and then -t, and then the current name. So in this case, it's Tmuxy, enter the new name. We can name it Tmux K. And now if we take a look at Tmux ls, we'll see that our session name has been changed. So let's go back into our session. Tmux attach -t and then the name Tmux. Okay. So we're back in our session. We're going to do a panel on the bottom, Control B, single quote, Control B. Oh, sorry about that. Control B, shift and single quote, Control B, shift and single quote, Control B, shift and single quote. Now if I want to open up another one, Control B, shift and %sign, shift, Control B, shift and %sign. So there you go, guys. That's how you guys use Tmux and efficiently. That's how you use Tmux efficiently. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, give it a like. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll be leaving all of the commands in the description so you guys don't have to watch the video over and over again to see the commands. Yep. All right. Till next time.